A shadow's breath ignites the flame. Underneath I call your name. A shadow's breath ignites the flame. In the void where echoes cling, I feel the fire of dragon's wing. Your eyes like sparks through endless haze, through ashen skies and twisting maze. We burn the night and lock the door, to chase the myths they can't restore. Surviving dragons, side by side, their roars erupt. We will not hide. Through smoke and scars, we twist and sing. This is our war-born reckoning. The darkness falls around our cry.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Tech Wizard Stream. Today we're going to be playing RuneScape, DragonWilds. We'll wait a few moments for more people to enter the chat, and we'll continue to listen to an original called Surviving Dragons, inspired by this game. We thank you for being here, and we'll get into the show in just a moment. This will be treasure or trash. Is it worth your money? We're going to take a detailed look at a save that I've been playing since basically it came out. So we want to see how this game goes. We'll get into it in just a moment.
A shadow's breath ignites the flame. Underneath I call your name. In the void where echoes cling, I feel the fire of dragon's wing. Your eyes like sparks through endless
Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining us here at Tech Wizard Stream. Like I said earlier in the onset, we are going to look at RuneScape, DragonWilds. I do appreciate you stopping in if on this weekend, holiday weekend as it is. You might be busy, you might be doing things with friends or family, but if you do stop in today, we thank you. Also, if you don't see it today, it will be on replay on the live tab of the channel, and you can always watch it another time. We had a stop in by Chaotic Serenity. She wishes us to have a good stream, and also that she will love to see the review of this game later, as I believe they are currently live streaming GCA or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. So here we have RuneScape DragonWilds, and while there's a lot of people who do basically have this game and they have reviewed this game, and a lot of them have reviewed it from level 1, so to speak, from the very beginning of the game, I thought it might be a neat little look at, I apologize for loud motorcycle sounds in the back if you hear it. I figured we'd take a look at the game from a little bit farther in. I have been working on this little base here, little outpost, I guess we could call it. And we'll take you in for just a moment, give you an idea. Will give you an idea of what you can have available to you after, I don't know, say about 10 hours worth of gameplay maybe. You might get it sooner, might get it less soon, but we have a cooking pot, we have a kiln, we have found some scrolls of blue torches. And the way this game works is you have a skill progression. We can look at skills right here. We have a skill progression, and as of right now in beta, they do not allow us to level magic or ranged, but in everything else it appears that we have the ability to level. I'm level 42 in woodcutting, which, you know, is would be pretty obvious since the fact that I've been building this large wood structure. You know, you have a number of other skills. We press K on the keyboard to get to skills directly. And we have, you know, artisan, cooking, mining, construction, rune crafting, again wood cutting, and attack. And as I've been primarily working on magic, I don't have as high of attack as some other things, but everything's been progressing fairly well right along. Construction's been a little bit slow, but as you level a skill, let's look for a moment at wood cutting. So if you at the level 4 of the skill, you get overhead chop, which basically gives you the ability to change the way you chop a tree. So let's just go outside real quick, and we have the ability to grab, we'll right click right there, get our axe. Our stomach is growling, so let's eat a bit of food. Now, we've cooked that earlier. We've mixed a couple of ingredients together in the cooking pot to make berry compote. It is something you'll make once you get to what would be considered the third biome. But let's try to stay on track. I'll try not to squirrel too much in this particular game that we're going to be reviewing. And with the tree, you can chop like this. We can chop the tree down. We're doing 15 points of damage to the tree. And you can see our XP there at the top as we chop. 31 XP. And then once it's on the ground, you have something like chop, does 15, but if you have an overhead chop, you do 23. So you have these cool mechanics of being able to, you know, have different actions for the same tool. Chopping like this. Whereas if I do an overhead chop to a regular tree, it only does 2 points of damage, which makes sense, you know? It makes sense that's how that works. Hey, Spades, no, not murked yet today. No, not today. Hopefully never, you know, honestly. But but we might get murked in this game. You never know. It has happened. So, goblins and some new creatures that we're going to show you today. Beastmen. So, pretty nasty little buggers. We'll look at those here in a little bit. But we've been talking about upgrading our skills. Chopping, axe, that sort of thing. Now, the really cool mechanic about this game is that it does have something that not every game such as Valheim or No Man's Sky or any of the other crafting survival type games, though No Man's Sky might not be totally survival. But one of the things it has, well, of course, it's got the eating and drinking, and it's telling us we're thirsty. We've made some berry-infused water that works really well. We're going to go ahead and drink the last one of that, so we're topped up. And we're going to have a hearty stew that we're going to eat. We can see those stats down here: sustenance, hydration, and rest. So we have those three major things that we have to balance in the game. Some dried berries we'll eat, just to top up our sustenance. So we can go around and press E just to uproot saplings and so forth. But one of the cool things we have the ability to do, we're going to look at this right here. So this is an oak tree. We chop it? We can't. We don't have a proper tool for it yet. But let's say we have these two trees right here, right? And we could swing at it, chop away like that, no problem. But we have something in this game called spells. We have spells on a radial wheel. Now, if we press P, we can look at our spell book as a whole, and we can look at all the spells I've gotten achieved at this point. Those spells unlock as you're going through the skill tree. So as I go down here at level 10, I got something called astral projection. So this is astral projection. It requires runes that you have to basically craft, and we'll show that here in a little bit. But with those runes, you see we can summon this spectral axe, and we can highlight more than one tree. We can do trees at a distance, but we can highlight more than one tree. And so in this spec, we're going to highlight these two, and we're going to use astral projection. And there we go. We got 2 trees down. Hey, Spades, I see you said you got marked on one's human earlier. Yep, for sure. So now what's really neat is with astral projection. Now I wish we could enact or act upon these items here. You know, we can't really move them in any way. Now sometimes if you chop one of these, like if you chop one of these logs here, then it'll cause the whole thing to move in one way or the other, but in this particular instance they're kind of moving in the wrong direction. I'd rather that one. But that log is moving towards us. Now we get something else much later in the wood cutting tree. Another skill or spell called Splinter. Now with this one we can highlight multiple trees that are on the ground and quickly splinter them to obtain the logs. So we have really cool spells that we can learn. They're not just all combat, though we do have, in fact, really, I've found no combat-oriented spells, really, with the exception of maybe Fire Spirit. But Fire Spirit is really just a way to light our way. It's like a torch. So it is pretty neat. We can summon that here. It gives us a nice little light to light our way while we still have our hands free. Which, of course, if you're using the battle staff, it's a two-handed weapon. You can't hold a torch and the battle staff at the same time. So it's pretty handy to have this little light spell here that we can unlock. And, you know, it lasts for a period of time, and then it does go away. And we'd have to cast it again. But we can see from my staff, I've got a number of charges, 220 as it shows, and it shows the fire symbol. So as of right now, it does have the fire symbol. Now one thing you might have noticed is that we do pick up items automatically. Just by walking over them, for the most part, we pick them up if we have been the reason or the cause for crushing them. Gummy and Chrissy disapprove of that spell, then not enough fire. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You take down the trees and they don't burn. And one of the things we've learned recently is what's called medium ward stones. Now, regular ward stones require simple items that you can collect, and these require an anima-infused bark that I have yet to get at this point. So we won't be able to make those. We could make these, but these are our runes, and I told you earlier that you make the runes for casting the spells. So we're going to go in here and we're going to grab some rune essence, but it looks like we don't have enough stone in there. So let's go use a bit of our magic. Oh, it's now nighttime, so we're going to... It's not night yet, but it's getting there. So let's go down here. And we're going to go find us a rock. We need stones. Oh, we're automatically in something what's called being hunted. And that's goblins there. So we're going to use our battle staff to see how that is. Attack 4 times. We can bring down different attacks. Out fairly quickly. We've practiced a bit on how to get those guys down. But you have one attack, which is that. And then you can do a series of 2 attacks, or 3. So 3 is harder, and then if you continued a 4th one, you get that raining fire. It does require stamina, and it does make you tired, as you can see. Now, here's a stone. We wanted to get some more stones. Here's some right here. We're going to use this spell called Rock Explosion. We get that from learning the mining skill. There we go. We crush up some rocks. We get a few more rocks to be able to build some runes. Hey squirrel, what's going on? Good to see you. Just a heads up, your game volume is really overpowering your voice. Okay, thank you so much. Let me see what I can do about that. Do you feel like my voice volume is too low? That's a question. Oh my god, what are you doing in here, buddy? What are you in my house for? You little thief, trying to steal my stuff. Let's see what we can do about the game audio. Let's see here. I might just see if I can fix it in the settings. That might be the best way to do it. Just pull the master down. Let's try 60 at first and see how that looks. Let's see. I know the spell casting is really loud, so let's see if we can cast a spell to give... See how that is. Voice a little low and a little loud. Okay. Let's, we kept the audio just then, but let's see if we can adjust mic audio a little bit. I might have turned it down a bit. Let's see how that does and see if that fixes. Let's see. I'll do one more test just to see. I'll talk during the very loud scene right here. Oh, we got somebody here. We'll see if the game audio is still too loud or it overpowers my voice still. Hopefully not, but I really do appreciate people who jump in and help me out in that regard, because every game is slightly different, and until you get it dialed in for that game, it's a bit tricky. So let's see here. Let's get our axe here. We could put it on our hotbar, but we have other things on our hotbar that's pretty important. There we go. We might up the mic audio one more click and see how that does. And that way, I want you to be able to hear the game, but I don't want it to be so low that you can't, well, so loud that you can't enjoy it So maybe we'll drop this to 50 and just see how that goes. Okay. You know how that is, Squirrel? Yep, you sure do. So we were just talking a little bit about skills and how they work. We were showing off, you know, things like this spell that allows us to break logs where we don't actually have to chop them up. You can go around and pick up logs and so forth. We also have our little wisp where we can get a light. Rather than carry a torch, we have our own personal light there. We could grab a torch and carry that as well, but we have our own little personal light wisp, so to speak. So we got stones to make runes. Now you can look at your runes right here, and we can see that we use a lot of this fire rune. And we use a lot of earth rune as well. But fire rune is what we need to make. So we're going to go ahead and make, now it's times 10 whatever you make. So we'll make 15, and it means it's going to give us 150 runes there. So we've got 336, which is about what we have for everything else. So let's just throw that in a box. I really like the way they add things to the box. We can come over here, we can see what we have here. We got wood, and stone. So if we just hit F, it just quickly adds it to the box. Space sorts the box, and V sorts your inventory. Those goblins we killed earlier drop these little packs, and we can open the packs, and it auto picks up the essence and stones. We do get rune stones from these. Last week, multiplayer Icarus sound was right side only, and nobody told me. Oh no, I'm sorry about that. I must not have either noticed or I didn't get to make it last week. But yeah, it's always great when somebody can stop in and let you know. It sure helps things quite a bit. Alright, so we have a number of workstations. We looked at the cooking pot, we've looked at the rune altar, we've looked at the brewing cauldron, we've looked a little bit at this build. We could look a little bit at build mechanics also. One of the things that you can do, well, before I do that, I shouldn't have put up my wood, or should I? Nope, should have kept the wood. So let's grab the wood right there. Let's grab the wood we have. And we'll look a little bit at build mechanics. One of the things you can do, as you see, I've started to put another little wall. Well, the next point I'm going to build might be a bit of roof. Now we have tier 2 and tier 3 stuff, tier 2 items to build, but they require oak logs, and as you saw earlier, we don't have a pickaxe or a spell strong enough to take out an oak log or an oak tree. So we're still stuck with the tier 1 building. We can pick a 30-degree roof. So maybe we want to do a 30-degree roof, and we can place that up here. But as you notice, we have all of these different points. You scroll the wheel, and you have multiple points of snapping, which is super handy. We also have something really neat, which I can just build this, like, bam, I built the roof right there, and the roof is in, right? I can hit the B key, click here, and destroy that roof, and I get all the resources back, which is super nice. But we also have something really cool, such as ghost mode. And so now that I've turned on ghost mode, and let's say I pick this roof, maybe I want to, oh, not that, that's not a roof. Yeah, maybe I want to build with the 45-degree roof, right? And maybe I want to place that roof, let's say, just on the inside here. So you can see that that roof is, or that shadow, so it's ghost mode. So we can blueprint, basically, our builds. And then if we have the resources in our inventory, notice it says E to build. So I can press E and just build right there. So we could blueprint this entire building and in a ghost form. And then as we get the resources, we could start tapping in the build. We could start adding the resources and materials. So super neat building structure. They have, in the build, we have your basics right here, such as bedroll, crafting table, and campfire. You know, a few lighting options, your foundations, but then you can go into crafting. These are the crafting stations I've unlocked. Sometimes you unlock them by finding, completing quests. Sometimes you unlock them by finding scrolls to learn a new item, and sometimes they unlock by finding a new resource. But here we have furniture. As you can see, like the bed, I still don't have the ability to make rough cloth yet, or ash planks. So it's not something I can make at this moment. So you do get, like, basically you get the ability, or the blueprint, I guess you could say, the knowledge of building an item even before you get the actual crafting tables to make the item. That could get a little frustrating at times as we're playing the game, because you see an item, you want to build it, but you just can't because you haven't found the crafting table or a way to unlock that crafting table. Now, we do understand this game is in beta, and it is very new, and, it isn't fully out yet, so we suspect some of these things will be adjusted to make it a little better. Now, if you do adopt this game while it's in beta as an early adopter, you do get the Pioneer Tapestry, you do get this cool cape that we have here, and you do get some music of the game. You get the soundtrack, basically. So some things aren't completely, they don't have an icon for, like all these have like the same icon. These wooden bins, have the same icon. This is Barrel of Stone, but it's just a stone icon. So they are using some placeholders in the game at this point. You can hit J for your journal, and you can go to knowledge, and as you see, like imbued granite block coming soon. So they don't have the image. They let you know a little bit about it. This one does have the image. This one doesn't. So we have a lot of things that do not have images yet. As you can see, we go down through and click these to kind of remove the indicator. So we learned some of these names of people, but we don't have pictures of them yet. So there's quite a bit that is not been added to their recipes. We have the rune icons because of course you see those, but we have nature rune, but we don't have stone arrow symbols. So like I said, just a lot of different things that we've made those dwellberry crunchies. Now here's the dragon. There goes the dragon. Now this is RuneScape DragonWilds. So of course there would be a dragon. Now we do need to eat a bit and probably drink some water. Now at some point after you get through some of the basic tutorial stuff, you will find that the dragon attacks you down below. So we might end up seeing that. Probably will see that before long. But that is the dragon that we are having to battle. The main protagonist, you could say. So one of the things we want to do, I've started, kind of using a game I've been playing for a little bit. Like I said, there's tons of different spells. I won't show you all of them because I don't want to, spoil it. I've shown you a few of the spells here. There are a lot more, as you can see from this. We have 3 in attacking, 2 in mining, 2 in woodcutting, 3 in artisan, 3 in construction, 2 cooking, and 2 rune crafting. And it is based on your skill level. So it goes up to 99 right now with these 2 skills not available yet. But for instance, in rune crafting, as we go up in level, like we just learned Fire Spirit at level 20 of rune crafting. And then you don't get your next one until 27. But even in attack, you get some really cool ones like Enchant Weapon, Air, which we just got. And we have different armors. Let's look. I love the cape that you get for early adoption. It's just cosmetic. It's not that important, but it is kind of neat. Now I have this little chest here that I've made, and I have some different armor. So I'm going to grab this armor, and I'm going to put my wizard's armor back in, and we're going to do a little melee combat. Since you've seen a little bit of the magic battle staff, we're going to do that. We're going to do a little bit of melee with combat. But right now we notice our strength is really low down here, the rest. So we're going to lay down in the cot here, And even during the day, even though it's too early to sleep the night, we do have the ability to rest. And as you see down in the bottom in that yellow bar, our stamina bar, after we've rested for a little bit. Right now our rest is at 44 and it's going up there in the left hand bottom corner. And it's 48, 49, and 50. Now at 50, it removes the handicap we're getting in our stamina, and we are able to rest. And now you can continue to rest here until you get it all the way back up to 100. And my suggestion is rest in the evening time. That way it passes the night quickly, you get a lot of your rest out of the way, and it just happens real quick. The only downside to that, let's get up, let's head out here. The only downside to that is there are a certain quest, it's a side quest, called Restless Ghost. This is the map, obviously. We'll look at a little bit at the map. In fact, I'll close those up so I don't spoil it too much for you. But here's the map that I've unlocked at this point. And this is your power level 1 area right here in Temple Woods. Your power level 2 is Bramblemead Valley and Whispering Swamp. And your power level 3 is Fractured Plains. Now, you do have these little indicators here, right here, and these are going to be your vaults. Vaults are like dungeon instances. So we have 3 of them here on the map. And I thought what we might do, you have the Temple Wood where you spawn in, the very first start of the game. This is going to be an icon for your primary quest. And this is where we are right now. And that's our bed right there. So, pretty neat map. Lots of cool biomes. I'll show you a couple of them, probably all 3 of them here in just a moment. I have set up what it's called, well, I call them teleporters, but they call them lodestones. And it is to teleport. So if we click on the lodestone, we can see our map again, but we can see where all the lodestones are on the map. Now, this first one is there from the beginning. This is what the beginning of the game looks like. Here you are in the temple. This is where you start. You talk to the wise old man, and, you know, just a really pretty, I mean, game is beautiful, really. It has its own unique art style, kind of the RuneScape art style, but it's really an awesome game. So then we could hop back in here and we could pop over and let's take a look. Oh, we can mark the map, by the way. You can mark it with lots of different icons of your choosing. But let's pop over here. I'll show you the other 2 major biomes real quick by hopping into our other lodestone. Now there is a lag. You will see a lag a lot of times. Hey Chrissy, what's going on? Good to see you. Hope you haven't been there too long. I keep whoa. Now those buggers are pretty. These are swamp putrid rats. These are in the swamp kind of area. We're going to be using our melee. We can, if we can get the block just right, we do what like a perfect block. They have a kind of an awkward animation. There we go. Perfect block. We knock them down. Now that is something you don't have at the very beginning. It's as you level your skill, you get to improve on that. You also have special attack like that you get as you improve your skill. And so we're using the warrior's kind of reinforced armor right now. This is the swamp. Here's a chest that we've already opened. Oh, come here. You little stinker. So here's a chest we've already opened, and I left these here because I've already learned them. But this is kind of how you learn some of the things you can build, some of the decorations, and so forth. You would right-click on that, and it would learn it and disappear. But since you've already learned it, it won't disappear. It won't let you do anything on it. You can destroy them if you want, move them to your and keep them for your friend. That's cool. Chrissy said, drink extra coffee for me today, Squirrely. And Squirrely will definitely help you out with that. We love the coffee. So here in the swamp biome, we have swamp tar and some other cool items. There's a big old rat over there. We have your normal goblins. Let's see. Probably a goblin around here. Yep, see, there's the goblins over there. We could kind of show one of the other weapons we have here. This is the longbow. Now, we left our arrows back at the other place, or we'd be able to shoot him. Now, you start out, one of your first bows you can get is a short bow. And the short bow has the ability to shoot from the hip. And you'd shoot, and it jumps back. You're really agile with that. Hey, John. Good to see you, John. Game seems to have head pops. Yeah. Well, yeah, and you got different items here. You got short bow. This is the long bow, and if you're using your regular attack without aiming, all you do is kick. I guess they're using that to simulate how much harder it is to use a longbow. You can't really shoot it from the hip, which is okay. And you said head pops. What do you mean by that, John? I'm curious. I guess I don't know the terminology, or I'm missing something this morning. So the Fractured Land is the 3rd power level, and this is really difficult. Like, it's really pretty hard. I'll see if I can aggro one guy, because if you aggro more than one, it's kind of difficult. Oh, there's a terror bird. So we'll see if we can... I'd really rather just aggro one and not both, because they're pretty tough. Okay, we got a roll. I always key that to my thumb mouse button. Oh, we didn't block. Let's see if we can get him before... kind of keep him staggered. There we go, got him. Now we have those ward stones we looked at earlier. I'm going to have... that's on number 6. So we're going to add a ward stone, and that will instantly bring back your personal shield. But it also, in the bottom left-hand corner, shows the toxicity. So you can't use them indefinitely without getting the toxicity up and really hurting yourself. So you can use them. It fills your personal bar. And I'll let this terror bird hit me once. And you'll see how much that personal bar goes down with one hit of these guys. So, yeah, he hit me 3 times and I lost almost the whole bar. And he's also doing some sort of damage to me. That's looks red. Let's see if it'll tell me what that is. No, it doesn't say what that is, but it's some kind of debuff that I'm getting from the attack of those animals. So we'll pop another one of those personal shield stones. So you said when you whacked a rat, his head rolled. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, they do have a mechanic, I think, where you do a bit more damage, or a bit more staggering, I guess you could say. There's some dwell berries we got. Up here you can find... throughout the game you're going to come across... oops. Little lore books like this. I've already read this one, that's why it's open. But throughout the game you're going to find lore books that you're going to read. And you're going to learn a bit of something from that book. Sometimes it's important information from the... oh, there's one of those beastmen, the Garu. And I'm not going to get hit by that, because if I do, it's going to hurt. They can kill you and me at this level in like 2 hits. So 2 or 3 hits. So I'm going to head on out for a second, because we're going to go do something else. So we can hop back in here. Now you are not... the game is not paused, so you do need to get somewhere quickly. And we're going to head over here. So we use our Bramblemead Valley. We're in power level 2. And in order to get to this location, there's a bit of a trick. Because as you see, it's a long way down, and your character does die if you fall down there. Now, one of the benefits of this game, and I'll show you how it works. I'm going to head inside this vault. Now, this is a dungeon instance. You can see on the map, we're right here. Now, if we go up top, there is a place that I've never been to, so we may check that out too. But before I do that, I was going to say, I'll show you a little bit about how you get here. One of the first spells you'll learn is Wind Step. And you can do a very high jump with Wind Step, and it's pretty nice. We can keep casting it. Doesn't take very much rune essence, but it does give us the ability to jump really high. And it says we're being hunted, but I'm not sure how they would get to us here. So that's actually kind of cool. We are being hunted, but how would they get us? I don't see how they could possibly get us here. And also, if you ran inside an instance dungeon, you could get, you can kind of get away from the hunted. They don't go in. If we come down here, they're likely going to try to come after us. If they can get to us here at all. There's a little bit of lag. I do have this at max settings. It's something I dropped earlier, so I'm picking it up. So I don't see them being able to get to us, so we don't have to worry about the hunted. Now it is nighttime, and one of the things that you learn is that there are certain things you can only find at night. There is a quest line. It's a side quest line where you are looking for things that only appear at night. So you can't sleep every night, but we could head back over to our base real quick and sleep this night, so I can show you kind of the sleep animation. A little bit of there, you know, still working on it. It's beta version. So let's sleep the evening. Now we should have probably drank something. Get up! Those dragons aren't going to slay themselves. And of course, our stomach is growling. We need a snack. Let's drink some water. We keep a little bit on us. We have berry compote. And we also have some other things in here, like red berry crunchies and dwellberry glazed roast. So we're gonna swap this out for the dwellberry glazed roast. We're gonna eat one roasted rat, which is something you'll not very appetizing, but something you get pretty early on. We're going to come over here to our box that has our raw foods, and we're going to hit F and try to add in any raw foods. Then we're going to come here, hit F, space to sort, V to sort the inventory. Let's put the antlers. Let's put this animal hide scraps. I can kind of show you what that does. We'll put the wood here. We'll put that there. We'll put the tar. The tar is something you can use, swamp tar. So you can come out here to your kiln and you can put swamp tar in there and it makes adhesive. So that's one thing you can do. The fur, you can come over here to your tannery and you can drop that in there and it makes leather with the animal hide scraps. So, you know, we've got your basic crafting benches. This one kind of is cool. It moves back and forth. Kind of magical. You have a pottery. Notice we picked that up automatically. And it's in our inventory. So this one allows you to make pottery vessels if you have clay. And you get clay from the swamp. So let's go back over here. Let's F and get rid of that. Let's get rid of the berries, dwellberries. So we have some food, we have some water. We'll get rid of the bone here also. You can also make tinctures or potions right here, like in the cauldron. So we've already loaded up the brewing cauldron with red berries, clay vessels, and Harlander. This you get from the swamp, and this clay you get from the swamp. Howdy y'all, my friends. Tech Wizard, Sin, Chrissy, Spage, John. Hey, Sass. What's going on? Thanks for joining us. So we've got this. We need some fuel. So let's go over here and look and see what kind of fuel we have. What's in this box? We have charcoal. Now we've made charcoal by burning wood in the kiln. And we're going to come over here and put the charcoal here. And we're going to make weak healing potions. Now that is the recipe. If you want to know how to get the recipe, you would come in here into recipes, and you would come down here to the food, drinks and potions, and all the way down at the bottom for me is weak healing potion. So you can look at the weak healing potion and see what the required materials are. The same with red berry glazed roast meat and the red berry crunchies. You can see what it takes and where it's crafted at. Like this game, but I'll wait for the full release. Yep, no, totally understand, totally get that. The only thing you're going to get is these cosmetics if you buy it before the full release. You'll get this banner here, this cape, really cool looking embroidered cape. You'll also get this tapestry here, coarse thread and ash logs. I haven't made one. Why don't we make one real quick? Coarse thread, ash logs. And let's put our tapestry upstairs. Let's put it right in here, but in between the bookshelf, if it'll fit. So we have this tapestry, and we'll be able to place it right there. So notice we did that in ghost mode because we were still in ghost mode. So we can turn ghost mode off, turn off building, and then we can hit E to build, and it added the thread. Then we hit E again to build, and it adds the wood. So now we can see this cool tapestry. It kind of, if you get sideways on it, you can see that it kind of looks embroidered. And it's a cool looking tapestry that matches your cape. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Sass. As far as never been a cosmetic fun. Haha. Yeah. I mean, I'm not big on the cosmetics either. Of course, as a content creator, I wanted to get... This is the top selling game in Steam right now. The second below that, well, you know, of course, the top selling is the free one, and that's not really selling. So the top selling game in Steam today is RuneScape DragonWilds. The second is Schedule 1. And we all know how big Schedule 1 has become in the content creation world. So, but RuneScape is currently #1, and I think it's... I'll give you a little hint. Is it treasure or is it trash? I obviously think it's treasure. I've been playing quite a bit of it. I really enjoy the game. I do look forward to the full game. I look forward to them fixing some of the things. But I otherwise just really enjoy this game. Here's some potatoes we can collect. We have this oak tree, but unfortunately we don't have the tool to cut it down yet. Though I like it by my base. I could stick some potatoes here, maybe even some, well, not water. We could stick some wood there. Or we could just make some baked potatoes. So that's what we're going to do, make one baked potato. So now that it's daytime, basically, we slept the night away. Let us head here. We have healing potions. We have some wards. We have some food. Adhesive. We get rid of the adhesive. We don't want to go off adventuring with our pack full. And that's really not the right box to put that in, but that's okay. We'll figure it out later. Let's head on into Lodestone. You just play tech. Maybe you will convince me to buy it. Okay. That's what makes me leery when every creator jumps on. I wait a minute before I buy. Pal World almost got me. Yeah, no, I totally understand, Chrissy. And Sass, totally get it. I basically was looking for a game to get into before Dune Awakening, which I will be playing on the channel. Or at least we'll be trying it out, and hopefully it's good. But I wanted something to kind of add and look at as a treasure or trash video. And so let's look at this one. We're going to go look at a dungeon instance. If you notice, it does take a few runes to use your teleporter. It's not totally free. But we're going to go in here, and we're going to see about this adventure. So there's a cruel goblin blade. And we've already learned that one, as you can see. We can't learn it anymore. I'm right-clicking. It won't work. I will right-click on some water a couple of times. And maybe one more food. There we go. And we're just going to drop this right back on the ground. Don't need it. So we're going to head off into this dungeon and see if we can survive. So we've got some animal fur. Now that door is one we're probably trying to get open. If you look over here through the bars, there's a lever. We can see inside there, but we can't get to that lever. So we're going to have to do a little adventuring through this dungeon here, this vault. Oh, that was a rat. Silly rat. You know what we forgot? We forgot our arrows. We better go back for arrows. My bad, guys. We better get our arrows. We need those arrows. Thankfully, we can just hop right back over here. Hop in and out. Get our arrows if we can stop floating in the air. There we go. Our arrows right here. We did the auto load, so we ended up... We only need probably the 64. Why do we keep doing that? Okay. My last purchase and dedicated game for the moment is Enshrouded. Great game, so long. I enjoy it. That's true. I have so many hours in Power World. LOL. Yeah, I'm sure you do, Sin. I played it some too, just not on the channel. And it was it's a fun game, for sure. It can be addictive, for sure. So let's head back into the vault. Let's go. Let's discover the vault. We've got our bow out. Let's see if we can find that rat. Where are you, rat? Are you around this pillar? The rat is gone. Okay. Let's cast our light spell. There we go. We have a light. Ooh, flame arrows. Let's see if we can time it right. There we go. Got through that. Oh, those guys. That's why we need our arrows, because these guys are a pain. We're going to try to take him out with a bow and arrow first. He normally aggroes pretty easy, but I guess he's stuck. We'll take advantage of that for sure, because these guys are tough. Well, now I can't hit him. Oh, yep. Looks like we aggroed him. Well, can't get him from here. I'll stop being able to roll. Roll. Ouch. Okay. We gotta get... There we go. Ouch. Now let's use our shield. We have 4 of those. Let's use one here. Ah, he messed up our shot, but we got him in the end. So we could go this way, or we could go right up here. We have one step. We could avoid that altogether and just come straight up here. So that's what we're going to do. And we found a hole. Oh, let's get our shield and axe. Let's go in. Aha! Giant rats. Okay, turn around, block this guy. Push him. Get him. Oh, we're out of stamina. Blocking requires stamina too. It comes back fairly quickly. Let's use our special attack. Got him. Silly rat. Now these are rune essences. This is how you get them. You can get them through mining with the pickaxe. The bone pickaxe is kind of the second tier one you get. But you can mine them with tier 1. So I could chop these right here with this pickaxe and get some more rune essence if I need it. Just like that. Or we have a cool spell that we used earlier called Rock Explosion. And you can use them on the rune essence rocks as well. And smash. Yes, smash. Let's see what's in the chest. We'll get our weapons out. Let's see. Vault shards. Very good to have. We got some more runes here. Some rune essence and astral runes. And then a barrel keg. I right click. I've already learned that one. So I'm going to leave it here in the chest. I could destroy it. It may allow for that chest to respawn sooner if I destroy it. But I'm just going to leave it there. It's fine. So we've lost our light spell. So we got 10 fire spirit runes to use. There we go. It says the best thing of this game tech seems to be magic spells. Yeah, I really enjoy the magic spells. The skill tree, you know, it's beta again. It's not fully realized. But with the spells, as you can see, Sass, this is the spells I've learned so far. And you can put whichever one you want on the radial wheel. So there's Rock Explosion and Detect Ore and Clay. I haven't used this one, but I did put it on my radial wheel. You have a number of other cool spells, such as spells to improve the crafting of like campfires and your kiln with superheat. I even can summon a shelter with this one right here. So if I wanted to summon a quick shelter to sleep or rest, I could do that with that spell, and it's pretty cool. Perhaps I'll show it to you here in a minute. Let's go on into this vault here. You get those spells through learning skills, and is the way it works. So in your skill tree, the reason we were able to get Rock Explosion is because we mined with a pickaxe, and we got improved skills and improved mining with the use of that activity. And then we were able to lift with our hips, and we were able to, the weight of stone, clay, and sandstone reduced. And then if we got down farther, we got Rock Explosion. So you get spells and improved abilities through just doing the activity. It says, I just spent too dang much time being lost. Then would say location above. Oh, hold on. It said the whole your destination is above, your destination below was the worst frustration. Being on top of a mountain, and it would say location below, so I'd go to the bottom of the mountain. Yeah, that's in Enshrouded. Definitely frustrating in Enshrouded when it does that. I wish their location pinpointing was a little better, but I do love Enshrouded, and this game has been compared to Enshrouded in its building and kind of adventure style. I guess the art style in a sense. And Sass says a pain in the ass sometimes, but I think it's intentional to be more like an exploration game too. Yeah, very likely. So let's see about... I don't use my staff very often because it takes a lot to kill these guys, and then you aggro too many of them, but let's try it. Let's take a chance and see what happens. Our light spell is dimming out. You see it's winking out there. Let's cast it again real quick before we get into using our battle staff. There we go. Now let's try our staff. Let's try our staff in this Vault Guardian Hulk. Now if you notice, the staff says that it has 4 attack combos. So let's look at that 4 attack combo. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4 is raining fire. So I'm going to switch back to the shield and the axe, if I can get it right, because these guys take a little bit better damage from the axe. Oh, we got a block. Got that guy. Oh, didn't block that. Let's see if we can get him, stagger him. Get him. Oh, we got him. Okay, there we go. I had to learn by trial and error not to use magic as much on those guys and to go in with more melee damage, such as arrows and the weapon. Now let's lose one of our guard wards there to get our shield back up. And you notice our heal does regenerate. Let's see if we can shoot this guy from a distance so we have a long time to aggro him. There we go. There we go. See, he takes more damage from... Oops, there we go. Let's go back to here. We got him. Now, who is that guy? Oh, we have a Vault Guardian Sentinel. Kind of your archer class, I think. Whoop, what in the world? What's wrong with our stamina? Alright, come on, stamina. Something's draining our stamina. I guess it's the toxicity that's draining it. So let's come down here and let's go at him. Oh. There we go, got him. And your axe, this particular axe, the Goblin Swing Slash, does have a 5 attack combo. So, you know, if you can chain those attacks together on your weapons, you get a bit better attacks. And we have a chest here, and then we have something else here that's really important. You remember that lodestone that we put down, or teleportation stone? Well, you need one of these. It's a vault core. So we have another vault core. We'll be able to put another lodestone down and set up another teleportation pad. Hey, Cahome, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Looks like Enshrouded. Yeah, a little bit. That's been compared to Enshrouded quite a bit. Let's see, red wall mounted torch. Now we don't have this one, I don't think. So see, if we learn it, it will disappear, and now it's going to show up in our right hand side as a new torch we know. Now we have those. We have this one, so we won't pick that up. And this potion does help us on focused cooking. Grants an XP boost for cooking. So there are a lot of potions as well, not just spells that help with crafting, but there are also potions and drinks that you can take that help improve or give you more XP for basic skill tasks that you do. Says, yeah, definitely some Enshrouded vibes too. Enshrouded, yeah, for sure. So let's get our torch again. Our magical light source here, our light wisp. And we're heading down. So we got some giant rats. These, again, these take more damage from slashing. It'll tell you that at another portion of the game. Let's drink some water before we get into fighting them. And let's have us a berry compote as well. And another water. There we go. Well, we could try using this on them. And there's our chain 4 skills. And then we could always switch back to our axe and shield. They're not liking the fire very much. Ah! He was taking burn damage, so he died anyways. Got you, you silly rat. So I have, at the beginning of this video, I was showing off the wizard's gear. And we do have that as well. Oh, got ambushed. Oh, we leveled up our attack skill. There we go. Block with the shield. Take him out. We did show off the stone boulder. Now there's something secret behind here. Let's see. We have our pickaxe, but we also have our rock explosion. So let's see if we can use it to take out the boulder. Yes. Look at that. Now we will pick up all the stone. We might not want to carry all that stone. And we see that the only thing in here was just more rune essence. We don't really need rune essence right now. Let's see what we have in our pockets here. See, we got 53, and it does add a bunch of weight. We'll dump that out first if we get to a point where we need it. I love all the new games like this one and Enshrouded, but at the end, I personally always compare them to the old and good Valheim. True. Valheim definitely... Oh, look up there. Valheim definitely did a lot of things right. And a lot of games do have to compete. Let's use Wind Step. They do have to compete with the fact that... Haha, we found a secret here. They do have to compete with the fact that there is already good games out there. And so what do? You can't really make a unique game anymore. There's so many out, so many good ones. So you take good elements from games that have done well with it, and you try to run with it. You try to run with some of those elements and add a few new flavors or a few new touches to it. Let's look what's in the chest. A Tome of Rune Crafting, a Law Rune, a wooden bin pile that we've already learned, Nature Runes. Good. So now that book that you have is kind of a skill book. Tome of Rune Crafting Volume 1. If we right click on it, we learn, and then over here it'll show us that level up in rune crafting. We got a level. Now, these items sometimes have an interact. I've noticed once in another vault. So let's interact. Your thoughts swirl with images of a statue by the Runecrafting Guild. A word leaps in the front of your mind. Thentorok. So highlighting the problem, searching the Runecraft Guild for a statue. Search the Runecrafting Guild for a statue. View the map. So this is the Runecrafting Guild, and we're tasked, and it's a secondary mission right here with searching the Runecrafting Guild. Very interesting. A new quest we've found. Let's head down. You can take fall damage, so just be aware of that. Nothing over here. Well, we need to get some light on the subject. We can just use our torch for now, because we can block with our torch and our axe if we need to. There's some guys right there. Let's see if we can... There we go. We aggroed too many of them, and we are going to have trouble. Let's see if I can back up. We broke our spell. Oh, we better get somewhere. We better get... Oh, we better get a ward. Oh, he took out some of our ward. We better get a heal potion quickly. One of the things I like to do is if you run off another thing while they're pathing, you can sometimes have time to drink a heal potion. We'll drink another one. Looks like they might have de-aggroed a little bit, hopefully. Okay, let's go back in. We only have half our shield, but I don't want the toxicity, to be honest. There they are. Let's see if we can get them to come back while we're up here at the high ground. Ah, he broke our spell. Run! Alright. Ouch. Let's run down here. If we can run down here and use another ward. There we go. Now let's see if we can catch back up with them before they... There we go. Got that one. There's our flaming, but that was a waste. Alright, there's another one. Ugh. There we go. Alright, we dodged. Let's get out here, see if we can get them to come. Come on, fire! Yeah, we got him. We still got one more of those guys. We'll just go in with our axe and shield. Look here, buddy. Get back here. Aha! Ouch. Didn't hit him. There we go. Alright. We got him. It was a little hair-raising. And we can use another ward if we had one, but we don't. Let's eat that baked potato. And get us some food. Get us some water. Maybe another food right here. Run, Forrest, run! Yeah, you know it, Sass. Explained it good tech. Sure, it's difficult to invent something new and revolutionary. Yeah, for sure. And you know, when a game company does, it's, you know, something to be praised for sure. Whoa, who are you? Where did you come from? No, it's just one. Let's see if we can take it with our shield and axe. Ouch. Got him. Oh, we found a chest. What do we got here? Got some air runes, some vault shards, wooden bin, which we've already learned. And some astral runes. Those astral runes are used for teleporting, so very important. Let's look around here. Nope, we've been this way already. Through here. Through here. Have we been this way already? Oh, nope, haven't been here. Got us a couple of giant rats right there, too. Wonder if they'll get hit by the fire arrows. Nope. No such chance. There we go. Got him. Parried him. Ouch. Stupid rats. They're definitely not pushovers. Ouch. Aha. Got him. There we go. Alright, let's see. I wish we had ward in case we get smashed by these fire arrows. You know, one thing we might try to do, maybe we can use our wind step, you think? Use wind step. Aha! We made it. We also have another spell here that we haven't been using, and that's Imbue Weapon. So let's imbue our weapon here with air. Air magic. Let's see how that does. Okay, there we go. We also have another spell that we can do if we don't die, which is this one. Nope. We're gonna die if we try to do that. There we go. Oh, that guy's trying to... Let's see if we can drink a potion. There we go. Now, one of the things we should have used before we got into that battle... what? Is that new? Where is this guy? Aha, another secret place. Let's see what's in here. Oh dear. Okay, so one of the things we could have used if we... Oh, we don't want to go that way. No, sir. Run, Forrest, run. If we already had the spell ready, we could have used... Ouch. Okay, we're just going to have to smack you. Oh, we're out of stamina. Wind. Running. Ouch. So yeah, I wanted to use... Oh, can't use it. We're gonna die. No, we're not. No, we're not. I can't do it. There we go. Got him. Now, there's this spell right here. It gives us a shield. And with that shield, we can hold up the shield like that. It's a magical shield. So it's pretty cool. We went in here because there was something secret, I thought. But then we ran into one of those guys. There's the chest. Let's get that, and that. We don't need anything else. Let's kind of finish out this dungeon, speedrun it a little bit. It's over here, nothing. Okay. Go over here. Let's let our stamina come back. Ooh, that's going to be tricky. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's see if we can get on through. We got burned. Ouch. So let's use that shield again, see how well it works against... Oh, look what we're at. I guess we didn't need it. Because look. Here we are. We found the lever. Pull the lever. It opens the door here. And it opens that secret door here. Now usually there's a boss that we have to fight. So let's imbue our weapon. There we go. Let's go see this guy. So there's another one of those vault cores. They are heavy, so I'm going to wait and pick it up. Alright. That guy is, of course, we got to fight some. Let's jump off here. See if we can come up behind him. Let's see how the shield works. This is the Vault Archon. He's running from us. Why are you running from us? Don't run. Don't run from me. Don't run from me. Got him backed in a corner. Oh, we got a level. Don't run from me. Whoop. Block. Okay. Block. Oh, don't run from me. Oh. Okay, let's get down here and use a potion. Get behind the wall. Okay. We used one. Let's see if we can use another one. No, 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 no. You can't see me. There we go. Don't run from me. Get behind him. Got him. Yes. We have beat the Vault Archon with our air-imbued weapon. And here's our loot. What do we get? Already learned that. Already learned that. That's a broken wooden crate. So, nothing there, but we do get this. This Vault Core. Vault Cores are also used to make special magical weapons. And while I won't give away the story behind it, I will show you what you can get once we get out of the vault. Now, one of the things you can get that you'll find that uses these vault cores besides these lodestones it is in the journal. It's under knowledge. And I believe, is it under knowledge or recipes? I think it is under recipes, actually. Let's see. And under here, right here, anti-dragon shield. Now, if you really want to read it, you can, pause the video and read about that. But it does require vault core and some of those vault shards. Now, it also requires a smithing forge, and we at this point have not unlocked the smithing forge or some of these items such as wild anima, hard leather, opal, and this blight wood. So, there are lots of things that still have to be unlocked in the game. We did just find the Vault Archon for the first time, but there is no picture for him yet. So lots of things they have still to update, but a lot to come. A lot of fun. Ooh, there comes the dragon! I told you we might have to fight him. Let's do this. Nope. Let's use our wind step to get away from him. Run past the goblins. So he drops these bombs and you have to get out of the way. Ooh, that hurt. If we land in the toxic stuff, we get minus to our health and we get poisoned and we're beginning to die. So we'll run back to our base while we're dodging the dragon. See, we're already back in the Templewood, which is the level 1 area. There's not any way to really do damage to the dragon. And if you do get out of a certain area, you can run a certain amount and get out of the area of his attacks. I wish we could shoot him, but we can't. But we got these cute little mice. Bye-bye. So we're out of his range. Ouch. I'm gonna kick you. Kick you. We're out of his range now. So we'll run back to our place. The dragon does that to harass us. You see him a couple of times fly overhead, and then like the third or fourth time he comes in and tries to kill you. But to be honest, the game is really beautiful as it is right now, even in beta. There is some issues we'll talk about real quick. Some issues with Intel processors, 13th gen specifically, having some issues with frame rate and so forth, overheating, you know, all the standard things that you get from a new game that's out in beta. I mean, at least they're not charging you $130 for the right to play a game that's totally broken. This game is actually not totally broken. It's just in beta. And it is in a good spot, I believe. This was an area that we built first. And this was our first little shack that we're just come by and visit. Got a few things in the box. And in that box. And this was our first little hut. First little house. We'll pick up the charcoal. We're almost at capacity. You can see down in the bottom right hand corner your that circle around your little pack or backpack. So we don't want to pick up really anything else. And you can find the old man here. Right up there. Sorry, I like the spell. Love that spell. Yes. So there's the wise old man once you get later in the quest. These chests do repopulate, even though they have basically the same scrolls in them. You can grab something from them every so often when you come into that area. But that's pretty much it, guys, for this particular video. Is it treasure or is it trash? And to be honest, the game is, I mean, quite beautiful. That a lot of it is well fleshed out already. We do accept the fact that it is not done. And I guess as of right now, if you have an Intel 13 gen, you might want to wait for the patch to come out to fix that. But I'm running an AMD Ryzen 7 7700, and I'm running an NVIDIA 3070. And if I turn on frame rate, I know you can't see it at the moment. I wish I could make it visible to you. But I'm getting a frame rate of about, let's see. I'm having 1% lows, 99% usage, 74 Celsius on my graphics card, which is fine. It's an adequate temperature. I have settings turned all the way to the max. High quality DLSS. I have VSync on, full screen. I'm running 165 Hertz on my on my monitor, and I don't have any real issues. There's not as much lag as there is even in Icarus at times. And you all know about that. So beautiful game, beautiful nighttime scenery, and just a nice, enjoyable playthrough of RuneScape. So is it trash or is it treasure? I think it's treasure, and unfortunately we're being hunted. So that's all for now, everyone. We thank you, and we will go ahead and play out our closing song again, and for this game, the original song that we created for this, as soon as we take out these guys. If we don't die. Don't like being hunted. There we go. Okay. So, again, thank you everyone for joining us today, Treasure or Trash. And let's move on to our final song of the day. Thank you. I believe it's treasure. You've seen all the good things that I appreciate about the game. So let's get into it. And let's play RuneScape Dragon's Wild.
ignites the flame. Underneath, I call your name. In the void where echoes cling, I feel the fire of dragon's wing. Your eyes like sparks through endless haze, through ashen skies and twisting maze. We burn the night and lock the door, to chase the myths they can't restore. Surviving dragons, side by side, their roars erupt. We will not hide. Through smoke and scars, we twist and sing. This is our war-born reckoning. The darkness falls around our cry, a hymn to chaos we defy, a blinding pulse behind the storm. We find each other, keep us warm. The ruins glow as lights collide, a world undone, yet we're alive. The dragons fall, their walls decay, but we still stand where shadows play. Surviving dragons, side by side, their roars erupt. We will not hide. Through smoke and scars, we twist and sing. This is our war-born reckoning.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.